I'm rare coin expert Walt Durham,
Industry veteran Ben Parker.
and we are the coin guys from Texas. Back in action. Ben was under the weather for a little. He was sick.
Yeah, I was sick.
He was sick for a couple of weeks. He was sick. So we took a 2-week hiatus so that Ben could get his voice back.
I'm sure y'all love watching the show, but I don't want to cough the whole time.
Yeah,
so,
that'd be kind of gross.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're back in action. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the 1975 No S dime that everybody's calling about.
You might have already seen an article on it because it's made some headlines.
It's made
already.
anytime a dime's going to go for $500,000, it's going to make headlines. It was on Yahoo Finance, all that good stuff. The flowing hair metals are coming out of the mint. We'll talk a little bit about that, and got some viewer questions that we've neglected to answer in the last couple of episodes. So we'll go ahead and answer a couple questions. But man, gold took a little jump today, didn't it?
We are at a brand new record. That's always exciting to see.
So how many times have we hit a record in the last 2 months?
If I had to guess,
Yeah.
in the last 2 months, probably three new records,
3 or 4.
But the year, I wouldn't even be able to say.
No.
It's constant. So
Yeah, gold prices. So gold prices took a pretty quick jump today just because inflation numbers came out.
I want to say part of like the CPI that came out the past week and the way things are developing, it's looking like inflation's not going away. So
Yeah, it really makes it tough on us. Like we've got a couple of IRA liquidations going on, and people don't like to respond quickly to emails because you have to agree to the terms of, hey, we're going to buy this metal for this price. So if you are going to do an IRA liquidation, I would say like now's probably a good time. Go ahead and take advantage of that.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people are doing. So where's gold at today, bub?
Gold is at $2,552.80. That's up $42.30 on the day. That's a 1.68 increase percentage-wise. That's big news. A lot of things are changing, and anything that has to do with gold, if you're in a part of that in any way, shape, or form, you're happy. Things are moving in the right direction. Silver is not lacking. It has been, gold's at an all-time high. Silver's not, but silver is just shy. As we're speaking today, $29.80. So silver, we saw it at 30 before, got to 32 a month or two prior. So we're right around the same levels we were before with silver. Platinum, palladium, $978 for platinum, and palladium's at $1,039. So
Yeah,
not too much change there, but
I'm a little disappointed in silver. I'd like to see silver above 30, especially with what gold's doing. Granted, it's a great buying opportunity.
Yeah.
I just, that's probably one of the questions I get asked the most by people, especially local people who come in, is, hey, do you think silver's a good buy? Because that's where everybody kind of starts out, right? Everybody kind of starts silver stacking before they go into gold stacking or coin collecting. And my response is always the same. Gold's at an all-time high. It doesn't make sense that silver's not following suit. At least pushing those boundaries into the 40s. We did see $48, $49 in 2011. So yes, I do feel like silver's undervalued, and that's my answer. I can't tell you because, somebody asked on TikTok, where do you think silver's going to go? I said, the first person to tell you that's the first person lying to you because nobody really knows. But, this stuff is a feeling, and, I just feel like silver's cheap.
yeah.
So, but I did see a report come out. Predictions for 2025 gold was 2750. I forget. I think it was Citibank who has that as their projections on gold. So, yeah, precious metals are still in a bull market, especially gold. Inflation, all that good stuff. So, good time to be in precious metals. I'll tell you.
Oh
that.
yeah.
So, a couple questions.
All right.
That we haven't answered, I guess. Jordan sent them to me. So let me read here. I would like to hear you guys talk more about half dollars. Stumbled across 1920s Oregon Trail half dollars and 1920 halves. I've also heard about that. What say you guys? So I'll kind of lead you into the commemoratives, right? The vintage silver commemoratives, the 50-cent pieces. In the 80s, those things blew up. I mean, MS-65 coins were selling for, $2,200. And now they're rock bottom, and they've been rock bottom for a long time. There's a good book, and it's an old book, not like real old, probably 2008 issue. And it talks about commemoratives, and it says, like, with one of the bad things that keeps commemoratives, even the low mintages, from really just excelling in value is that there's no real set to put together because the designs change every year. With the American Eagles, there's continuity with that program. The Platinum American Eagles, we've talked about this. The front stays the same on the proofs, and the reverse changes, or there's 3-year series to run that. I do not like the 50-cent commemoratives as far as thinking. I'm not one of those guys who's going to sit there and tell you that they're going to be worth a lot of money one day. Let me rephrase that. They're cool looking coins. I love the Oregon Trail. That's a great coin. Great looking coin. It is silver. And if you're just the purest of collectors, I think that's a go-to area for you, just because the prices are so cheap in comparative to history. So, but I'm not one of these guys who's going to sit here and write articles about they're undervalued and they're going to, they've been 2,000, they've been 200% higher in the past, or 300. I mean, it's some ridiculous number.
Yeah, one of my buddies, he's up in Pennsylvania, and I guess it was during that time period where in the 80s it was very popular to try and complete that set. And I want to say he went through and finished all the 50 cent. There was even some, I want to say, gold commemoratives also in that whole string, and he completed the set. Problem was, grading back then wasn't real popular, so his set is ungraded. And he was asking me, what are the values on these? And it's such a hard thing to say because some of these, they're really common,
Right.
In low grades, they're common. But there's that threshold. Once you cross over it, the sky's the limit on some of those. So I can see where people say, if it's on a really high grade, you could be looking at some serious money there. But most of them, what I've noticed recently, where it's changed since the 80s, is that people really only want one or two of the commemoratives because it's got some kind of appeal to them personally.
Right.
So, of course, I've got a Texas quarter and things like that.
Right.
You have to have it.
Right.
But that's the only thing I've kind of seen happen recently. They might get one in a good mint state quality.
Yeah, it could be a good transition coin from somebody who's a modern coin collector who wants to get into more vintage stuff because of the price points are affordable. But I'll tell you this, and I think that's happening with the 50 cent commemoratives. I'll say this though, the original, vintage collectors love what we call, when we talk about gold coins, we're talking about old crusty gold coins that just have that original look to them. They haven't been dipped. Dipping a coin doesn't hurt the grade, but to an original, somebody who wants an original piece, it's
tragic.
It's unappealing.
Yeah.
And most of the silver commemoratives, or most of the people who are collecting silver commemoratives, they want that bright white silver. I'm here to tell you that's not an original. It hasn't been preserved in bright white. It's going that is a coin that's been dipped. So you have that fighting itself within the market because most 90 to 95% of original commemoratives are toned.
Yeah.
And you have to remember that. And collectors coming from modern coins don't want to see toning on their coins. They just not, they're used to the Silver Eagles and all the Morgan silver dollars from the mint this year and stuff. And you really have to understand that if you're buying a bright white coin, especially below 65, it's not its original skin. It should be toned by that point.
Yeah.
And if you do like tone coins, go after those tone coins because they do bring good money because they are original skins. I mean, I guess that's the best way to say it. Original skins for the commemorative. So keep that in mind if you're going to go down that series. but it's a tough little series just because it's inventory, that sits. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not real popular right now. All right, next question. Since I started watching you two Texas guys, yes, we are Texas guys, born, raised, and bred, I have been paying more attention to the Silver Eagles, meaning I've already bought a few, but I've noted that the Mint has an S Eagle this year. They also put out a W Eagle. What do you think about the S? So, the S is the San Francisco. They started this back up a few years back, and I think it's a mistake by the Mint.
Yeah, because I want to say we talked about
I want to
this.
say we talked a little bit about
Just
this.
a little bit, yeah.
I'll touch briefly on it. I think the Mint spreading themselves too thin. I think collectors are not saying, hey, I'm a proof Silver Eagle collector. I want the W and the S. Some people are, and that's fine. And that's, great. They're not. There's a lot of people, though, that I think are saying, I'm fine with either one because it's the same coin with just a different mint mark. I think the Mint is spreading the budget of the average collector out too thin with some. I mean, because the Mint's been really coming out with products. They have, the metals they're coming out with, the Morgan Silver Dollar. So there's a lot of low price point options for collectors to get involved, and you're just adding another one. Not a huge fan of it. Like as far as, it's not going to be worth $1 million one day or whatever. Right. But if you like San Francisco's issues, go ahead and buy them. But other than that, if you want a complete collection, go ahead and do, the W and the S. Their price point on the secondary market is eerily similar. So,
and I want to say you hit the nail right on the head. I think in that episode we talked about it. If I understand this right, the main reason why the Mint did this is so that there was more things to buy during the year.
Right, and you gotta understand the U.S. Mint. I got a postcard from the U.S. Mint the other day, and it says in the disclaimer that the U.S. Mint is self-sufficient and does not cost the taxpayers anything. The United States Mint is the largest coin dealer in the world. Mm-hmm. They make money.
It's a business.
Yeah, they're selling 1 ounce silver. I mean, Morgan silver dollars coming out of the Mint at $91, $94, something of that nature. That's an ounce of silver. Mm-hmm. So they're buying planchets.
It's actually a little bit less than
a little less than an ounce of silver. Yeah, my bad. And they're buying planchets. They're striking them, but they're buying the planchets at spots. Yes, there's production cost and everything. Right. I get it. They're making money,
and they're making a lot of money.
Yeah, Buffalo's came out of the Mint at 3,500. Yeah, I mean, they're they've got it down to a science, and they're making money, and so they're just trying to make more profit, and it's a business at the end of the day, and so that's kind of where I think they're going with the S Mints. Maybe they do what they did in 2009 and kind of just shut everything back down and say we need a revamp because we've gotten too many products out there.
I wouldn't be surprised with the way things are going.
I mean, they're stretching themselves out thin, and there's issues like we're going to talk about here in a little bit. The 230th anniversary of the flowing hair. I mean, I can't wait for that to come out, and it's just like it's getting later and later in the year, and they still have the reverse proof Morgans to put out. They just released the proof Morgans. The Mint State Morgans were pretty late this year, so I'd like to see some of that stuff earlier in the year. But like you said, they're spacing it out throughout the year so that they have a steady revenue coming through throughout the whole time. So this is a great question. The next question.
All right.
Need some water. Great advice for anyone trying to start flipping coins. Got me thinking of 2 questions for you guys. How did the 2 of you get started in the business of coins? What do you think the biggest contributing factor is to how you were able to grow your business to what it is today? Mm-hmm. So you want to go ahead and take that one? So the first part of the question is, how did you get started in the business of coins? Business in quotes.
Yeah. So for me personally, I was always a collector at heart. Mm-hmm. I've collected sports cards and all different sorts of memorabilia. I loved history itself, but like metal detecting, anything around that, all those different hobbies. So I had actually started collecting coins, and I had my own little collection, And before this, I was in marketing. And a good friend of mine said, based off of everything that you do for fun, why haven't you done this? And I didn't even realize that, you could make a career out of it
Right.
as like this. So at that point, it was over with. As soon as I got in, understood it more, and we're constantly learning. So it's really exciting.
So what year did you hire in?
I can't remember exactly. I want to say maybe 17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay. So going on your 8th year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say 16 or 17. So my story's kind of similar. Like, always kind of been a collector. My dad owned a meat market down in Port Arthur, and he would always keep the Kennedy $50, the $2 bills, and stuff that would come in. He'd keep it to the side. We had a safe at our house, and he'd kind of, put that away. And my dad also invested in gold. We had gold Krugerrands and, bullion coins like that. He was more of a gun collector than an actual coin collector, but he understood the collectible aspects of it. So I was around it a lot as a kid growing up. And in fact, in my office, the 1899 Black Eagle note that we have in there is my dad's. That was my dad's that I'd put in wherever he got it from. Maybe a customer or something needed money at one point, and he may have loaned him money with that as collateral. But in 2007, I answered an ad to go work at a company, and that's basically how I got in the business. At the time, I didn't know. My uncle worked at another very large firm. That firm is still very large today. I'm not going to give them a plug, no, I'm playing. But my uncle was a manager at one of the very large firms, and he told me it was a good idea to get started with a smaller company that I started with, and it really was a great career decision for me because, started out as account representative, learning, getting your feet wet, and then advanced in positions throughout the year. So I think I hired in October 15th of 2007, and, just kind of worked, kind of fell in love with it, and, haven't done anything since. I mean, going on 17 years now. In fact, when the Flowing Hair Dollars come out will be my 17th year anniversary.
What do you know?
How about that? That's kind of neat. I didn't even think about that. And my birth date, I'm going to date my age here, is 1986. So, I mean, I was just destined to be in the coin business. How were we able to grow the business to what it is today, to a multi-million-dollar company? Well, I don't know. It's just good customer service, doing the right things. A lot of companies come and go, but actually being a real dealer and not a brokerage thing. And it's not just about sales. It's there's this old coin dealer that used to be kind of a mentor for me. And if you are one of those old school dealers that happen to watch this show, you'll know who I'm talking about. His name is Jules Karp. His name was Jules Karp. He passed away many moons ago. He was up in New York, and I would talk to him every day. And he would say, Walt, you make more money buying than you ever will selling. And that kind of stuck with me. And he would give me little tidbits like that. And now, not for those of you who don't know, many, many, many dealers across the country call me on an everyday basis to say, what does this coin go for? What would you pay for it right now? When they have, their dealer customers call them saying, hey, I need to offload some inventory and stuff like that. And it's all because I've learned through my little network of dealers of how to really watch the market. And I really contribute that to old Jules Karp. He was a character. He really was a character. He used to send us coins, like $2.50 Indians, be sandwich bags in there, like just like the little Ziploc sandwich bags. He was he was an interesting dude. I don't know if the actual business is still up today. It's been many, many years since I've checked, but they used to have a place in New York, and and I contribute having good people around me to building the business to what it is today. So
I would say another thing too, it sounds simple, but do research and then believe in what you find.
yeah, that's it. So, we've been big on doing research, and, if you go look at any article that says, tips for collectors, or, it pretty much all starts off with the premise of, hey, do your education first, buy the book before you buy the coin. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what we did. What we did is take the super complicated information that people put out there, like there's no better word for it than just nerdy information, and made it readable for people who just want to be educated but don't want to be experts.
Yeah.
And that has really helped a lot of our clients understand why, certain coins are better than other coins. It's like us doing the show. We're talking about the commemoratives and how there's really not a great following on the 50 cent commemoratives because of the design changes and stuff. Regular people understand that. And like the book, and I think it's called Modern Commemoratives or something. I don't know. It's in my office. It just throws numbers and all this stuff out at you about, why the vintage silver commemoratives aren't the greatest thing in the world and stuff. And if you just can kind of simplify this information for the masses, for the everyday person, it really helps. And, back to the S-Mint Silver Eagles. I love S-Mint Silver Eagles, the original S-Mint Silver Eagles. That to me, why do I like that? Because collectors remember when, just like the Roman numeral gold eagles, remember when, the half-ounce gold eagles and the 10th ouncers and the quarter ouncers had Philadelphia mint marks, something you don't see today. So that's easy for somebody to understand. And we just kind of put that into a more readable approach because we do like information.
Yeah.
And we do like giving our clients information. So those will be the contributing factors. But as far as if you're going to try to be like a vest pocket dealer is what they call it, a flipper, learn how to buy coins. And that's the biggest thing I can say is the takeaway. So the big news, Jesus, is this 1975 No S dime. And listen, if you're watching the show, I'm not mad at you, because if you're watching the show, it's not you.
Yeah.
We have been inundated with calls. I have a 1975 dime. It doesn't have an S. I get it. So the reason I get irritated with those calls is because those guys aren't coin collectors. The people calling us are not they're just trying to take advantage of coin collectors.
Make a quick buck.
Make a quick buck. But what they're seeing is a 1975 circulated issues struck at Philadelphia. So the reason the coin, if you don't know, the 1975 No S, the reason it's so valuable, it's one of only two known proof coins. Let me stress that, proof that was struck without the S mint mark. So pretty interesting. I printed out the article from Coin Week, I believe it was. Yeah, Coin Week's the one who did the article. This coin has been owned by the same Ohio family. Ohio's been in the news here recently after the debate. But for over 45 years. Wow. Yeah, it says here the guy, he bought it for $18,200 over 45 years ago from a Chicago dealer because he knew one day it'd be valuable, and that's good on him. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of money in 1978. $18,000 for a dime. That's what he paid for it. But it's paying off, man. He's going to have a big payday. Great Collections is a great auction company, and it'll probably get close to $500,000 is where I see it. Coins are proof 67. That's another contributing factor. If you don't know, I mean, not only is it one of two, but it's also pretty high grade. Yeah. For a proof dime. So keep that in mind. You're not going to find one in your pocket change. Again, if you're watching, if you're watching us, if you're on YouTube searching, coin guys from Texas or coins, chances are, if you're watching this, you're not one of those guys who you understand the difference between an uncirculated coin and a proof coin. Let's hope you do. And that's why that coin's so valuable. It's great for the industry, though. Mm-hmm. I mean, anything like that puts news in the headlines about coins is great. If you're a collector, you should be excited about that aspect of it. Mm-hmm. And because once it sells, there will be another wave of articles come out. So it's only good things for the hobby, I would say. Yeah. No, not going to be bidding on it at all. Don't have any customer base or, for the.
It's a very specialized area.
Yeah, it's a very specialized area, but it's a cool rare coin. Again, one of only two, man. That's incredible. Mm-hmm. So there you go with the 1975 No S. So maybe we'll put that as the title so that everybody who's searching to see if they hit the jackpot,
that'd be fun.
Maybe they'll get educated a little bit. But who knows? It might turn some people into collectors. I don't know. Maybe
I was going to say the downside of it is that you're going to have a lot of people that they want so badly for it to be that it takes a lot of convincing for you to say, no, it's not. But the good side of it is that it is a good teaching opportunity.
It is. It just takes time. Like, I'll hear the girls say, Walt, local appraisal has a dime. I'm like, I know what's going on. Mm-hmm. And, and I have to explain to them and break their heart, but they really don't believe me and they call somebody else. And by the time they get to the third or fourth dealer, they understand.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But all's well that ends well. So it'll be good for the hobby and we'll field the phone calls.
Yeah.
For the week or two that they come in. So I am really excited though. And I hope you're excited because I'm excited. I'm excited about the 230th anniversary.
So there's a silver medal and there's a gold medal?
Yeah, there'll be a gold medal. So there's no date yet for the gold.
Okay.
The silver will be released October 15th. Mm-hmm. $104 price point straight from the mint, plus shipping and handling. Or it might be free budget shipping. Mm-hmm. Not sure. $104 for 1 ounce silver, but it's a very nice design. Mm-hmm. Jordan, put it up on the screen.
Boom, there it is.
There it is. Just like that. It's magic. Jordan's magic. We talked a little bit about it in one of the episodes about the up and coming, 2025 or 2024 releases with the Morgan dollars. Man, it's just a really good looking coin. I mean, that is an historic U.S. design, and to see it in high relief, brilliant silvers, and it's gonna be really cool. Mm-hmm. It's gonna have a 230th privy mark kind of thing. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to handle them. I'm gonna own one for sure. The gold coin. Now, here's the interesting thing about the gold coin, and this is what I want to ask you: is the 2021 high relief? We get a lot of calls about that coin. That coin went from like $3,800 to $7,000 really quick. To $8,000 to $9,000. I mean, that coin. I mean, I'm talking about OGP, original government packaging. It's $9,000 coin. The gold coin. This is not a coin; it's a metal. But I could see it doing something similar. Mm-hmm. I really can because the design's cool. It's an ounce of gold, 1 year only issue. Don't know what the mintage is quite going to be. I know that the product limit's 5. And I did see a pre-sale on eBay today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why people do that this far out because
it's
the mint
early.
Mint hasn't really set pricing, so it was $6,500.
Yeah, they're probably just trying to go for the money, I guess.
Or just getting some exposure on eBay or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know anybody who would pay that money, but it's a gamble.
It is a risk.
It could be a good decision or it could be a bad decision. It could be these come out of the mint, they're so popular, and it's probably going to crash the Mint's website because it crashes all the time, and that's how so people always ask how do us dealers make money? Bulk purchasers can kind of bypass that kind of stuff and the crash of the website. So when you have issues that come out that crash the website and nobody can get them, and then they run up in price quickly afterwards. And again, it goes back to the same. If you buy coins right, you'll make more money.
Yeah.
And so if you're buying them at U.S. Mint cost and all of a sudden they're selling on the secondary market for double U.S. Mint cost,
you're doing good.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
Could this happen with that?
I see it happening more likely with the gold than the silver.
Yeah, I do see it with the. That's what I'm saying is, do you think that if this comes out of the mint at $3,500?
But you said the mintage is 5?
No. That's the product limit of per household.
Okay. So they haven't quite said what the product limit for mintage is yet.
And look, maybe somebody out there in YouTube link can go do some. I really haven't done a lot of research just because they haven't set a date yet.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll wait till they'll set a date because the mint is, I put out an email a while back saying the proof, was it the proof Morgans or the Mint State Morgans? U.S. Mint raised prices 20%. During what normal people, we were pre-selling at. That's a huge jump for coins, and put a lot of dealers in a bind. And with the Mint State Morgans in peace dollars, the peace dollars are graded atrociously. So reject costs and stuff like that, 70 coins are now selling for more money. So I don't like to do a whole lot of research until it gets really close to time.
Doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Doesn't make sense too, because
anything can change,
especially with U.S. Mint.
Yeah.
I mean, they can change all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I think the gold coin is going to be a good coin to own for sure. I think it's unlike the high reliefs that they've been issuing. It's a design that appeals to the masses. If you look, and I'm trying to find a way to say this, but if you look at the high reliefs, the $100 high reliefs that have come out of the mint, the ones that are valuable are the ones that appeal to the masses. The ones that have just kind of stayed steady in price and really gone up with gold prices are the ones that are like the all-inclusive Liberty. They've really tried to change that Liberty persona to a more modern persona of Liberty, and some people just don't feel that connection with it, and a lot of the coin collectors don't feel that connection with it. Therefore, secondary sales are just meh.
Yeah.
But the 2021 with its beautiful design is just hey, and so I think the 230th flowing hair.
It's iconic.
It's iconic. It's a beautiful design. Most people can't afford an original flowing hair. Mm-hmm. So to have it struck in 24 karat gold, I really wish it would have been a coin instead of a metal. But I think it's a good coin to own if you're going to play in gold. If you're a modern coin collector, I think it's a good buy. Yeah. Buy it early and see where it goes. I think it's not going to crash. There you go.
No,
I can't promise you it's going to do what the 2021 high relief did, but you just coin. If you just look at coins that way as something that is it going to have demand in the future, and it's got a mass appeal. It's going to have a limited product, so it's good coin. It's not going to crash. The silver coin for the average collector is no doubt about it.
Yeah, just
you should have it.
Load the wagon.
Yeah. You got anything else on these?
Not really. I'm excited to see when the release date's going to be for the gold, and once we have some more information, we'll do another episode, I'm sure.
Absolutely, Ben. Ben's favorite word is absolutely. Well, thank you guys. We're trying to keep these episodes a little bit shorter for our sake and your sake, and we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.